All right, so are we good to go?
Thank you, everyone, for joining our career conversation today. I'm Holly Sheppel with the Office of Economic Development here in Bedford County, and it is my pleasure to welcome Tyler Paitsel. Tyler is joining us from the Bedford County Water Authority. And Tyler, take it away. Please introduce yourself, what you do there, and how you got to your current position.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Hey, everybody, I'm Tyler Paitsel. I work with the Bedford Regional Water Authority. What I do here involves multiple things. I guess mainly on a regular basis, we do bores, which if you don't know what that is, basically just drilling. We use different pieces of equipment and stuff like that to achieve that. But essentially what we're doing is drilling a hole. That way we can have some casing pipe, which is just what it is, to feed a water line through. We do multiple sewer jobs, but mainly water for the most part. And my job involves many different pieces of technology and equipment, as well as everybody else around here. There's multiple positions you can do. It's not just with boring, but we use everything from an excavator. We use high pressure pumps to like unclog things. But right here, right behind me, actually, is a new piece of equipment we just got. This is actually ditch witch high powered back. So we use this for unclogging sewer pipes. We use it for potholing, looking for electrical lines, power lines, things like that. It's got a high pressure water hose on it. You can use to basically hydro excavate, as well as a tilting tank, so you can dump it when you're done. It's really easy and clean. But this is just like one of the pieces of equipment we use a lot. Sometimes we got to work out in the middle of the road, so we have to use our proper PPE, bright yellow and orange, and safety signs, cones, barrels, things like that. It's pretty cool. When you start here, you don't have to have any experience. There's no experience needed when you start. They'll train you to pretty much learn how to do everything safely and properly. There's a lot of little small things that you learn as you go, and it gets easier as you go, but there's no college education required. I mean, obviously helps, but there's multiple positions other than what I do. There's not just this end of the stuff, the maintenance side of stuff. We also have preventative maintenance. We have regular line crew, admin stuff, people in the office and everything. So there's a big engineering department. They, draw site plans and maps and all that good stuff. But there's some other key stuff to the job that's important to know. But one of the great things about working here is the benefits package side of stuff. I mean, you get great benefits as far as insurance, health and dental and all that stuff. You also get paid time off. As soon as you start accumulating time, which is really nice. Let's see. We have about 16 paid holidays each year. So that's a really cool perk. I've never had that before. But let's see. There's multiple things to the job. You really can advance very quickly. It's all off your hard work, and it's based off of like what you put into it. So it's really all about how you want to move up and how fast. But I can show you some of the equipment we do use on a daily basis. Just kind of run over it real quick, show you what we do, and some of the other stuff we have here as well. I think that would be a little cooler than just me here talking. So we'll walk over this way. I'll show you. This is actually the bore machine. This is what I use every day. So can't tell, Ditch Witch is our preferred brand. That's what we like to use here. Works really good. They're reliable and pretty tough piece of equipment. But these are our rods. Now, these rods are what we use to attach to the end, and basically this stretches out. Like I said, we use this to drill underground, under roads, or whatever it may be. But from the start, when you first set up a bore machine and you're like getting ready to shoot, you basically drop your auger down. What that does is keep the machine planted firmly against the ground, and then you'll take another rod. Once you get extended out, you've got different types of heads, and the heads are the brains of the operation because they have a beacon in them. And we use this wand right here to locate the beacon when it's underground. You can't, see something underground. So this will tell you everything from your depth to your angle, your pitch, everything about it. It also tells you the rotation of the head on, like, it goes off basically like a clock sequence. Like if you're at 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock, however it may be. What that does is help you determine whether you need to come up, down, left, right, and that way you can get a nice clean drill perfectly straight across the road. But as I was saying, you go from there and shoot your rods across. We use this computer right here. It reads it while you're sitting here, all your controls to drill and everything else. But it's also fed with water. We use water. It's high pressure nozzles on the head that help drill and break up the dirt. So once you get across, there's this stuff called casing pipe. I don't have any close by I'd show you, but it's just a really thick pipe that's about 2 inches in diameter, and we use that once we get across and attach it to the end of this. So this shackle right here, there's another piece that goes on it, and you just pull that back with, this is called a reamer head, and that just bores the hole out a little thicker. But you pull the casing pipe back, then you got pipe underneath the road, so you can just put a water line through it, or if you're doing sewer line work too, you can do force main lines through it. So but this is the bore machine. That's just one of the pieces of equipment we use on a daily basis. We also use excavators for water leaks, sewer backups, all that stuff. We do a lot of landscaping, I guess you could say. After we finish the job, it's not just fixing the leak. You also have to do grade work and make sure it looks like it was before you got there, and do a restoration on the job. So we do grass seed and straw, make it look nice and pretty. And then right behind that excavator is actually the vac con. So that thing's helped us out more times than I can count. But on the front of it, if you look, there's a big spoil of a high pressure hose. Basically what it does is unclog anything that gets backed up in sewer lines. So, and it's a couple 100 feet on there, but thousands of PSI on it. So you shove that in a sewer line, if it's a blockage of some sort, crank up the pressure, and usually blow it through. So that way you can give the customer, a steady flow. Let's see. There's more than that, but I guess for some other cool things about the job, one big thing about it, like I was saying, going back to the experience and things like that. One thing that's really cool is the company. If you think there's something that would better you or make your job easier or in any type of way, they'll be more than welcome to help you work through it and find a class to get you certified on something. We have multiple certifications on different things, forklifts, equipment, all that stuff. Right when I started, anybody that starts on maintenance, at least when you start, they start training you and give you the materials and stuff needed in order to get a Class A CDL. So that's another cool perk of the job, having a Class A CDL. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I can really go on about it, but I'm sure we're getting close on time. So is there any questions or anything anybody has for me?
Tyler, I have a question.
Yeah.
And forgive me, I did not let the kids know your title, Maintenance Tech 2 at
Yes,
Bedford
ma'am.
Regional Water Authority. How did you choose Bedford Regional Water Authority as your profession? Like, what were your steps that got you there?
Well, really, I was a diesel mechanic right out of school. So I worked on heavy equipment and trucks anyways, which I ended up doing for a while, but I was like, man, it's really tough work. And, if I'm going to do this forever, I'm sure it'll take a toll on me. But I ended up leaning more towards a marketing career. So I got into sales and marketing and did that for a couple of years. And honestly, I got really bored sitting behind a desk all the time and not being as active as I used to be. So I sought out a job that, obviously I could get out here and work hard and enjoy the weather. I'm not, stationary at one spot all the time. And that's kind of how I came across this. I knew somebody that actually worked here, and they were telling me how much they enjoyed it and liked it. So I applied, and that's pretty much about it.
And I know we were speaking a little bit before the students joined us. Tell us a little bit about where you grew up and where you attended school.
Yeah, I grew up here in Bedford, Virginia. I actually grew up probably about 5 minutes from the Bedford Regional Water Authority, so I've seen it plenty of times growing up. But I went to Liberty High School, graduated in 2012, just a regular diploma, nothing fancy or special. And yeah.
And if the students have questions, go ahead and throw those in the chat. But I do have another question for you. I know you said you didn't start with necessarily any experience. So, and you're in a maintenance tech too, are there certain pieces of equipment that you have to be able to be certified on right out of the gate? And then, it's a two-part question because I also noticed something in the chat. Someone had asked what your hours look like.
Yeah. So hours, they are pretty much Monday through Friday. I get here 7:30 to 3:30. So you're guaranteed, your 40 hours a week. Now, in this line of work, you have ongoing upcoming issues is what I like to say. So, you have sewer backups that pop up occasionally, water leaks that pop up occasionally. So you do get overtime. There's all types, there's always something needing to be done. So you can definitely get more hours if you'd like more hours. We always have plenty of work to go around. But another good thing about it, though, everybody kind of works on different schedules. So, anybody in the admin side of stuff, they come in at 8, I'm pretty sure, and they leave at like 4, some leave at 5. There's some salary employees, I guess, and then some that are just hourly. So it varies, but generally you always get your 40 hours a week. So, what was the second question again?
I was just asking if there was any certification that's needed, like, right, let's say you come in with no skills and you come in just as I don't know what the entry level position is, but are there skills or things that you have to be certified on by Bedford Regional Water Authority? You said that they'd help you with the training that happens right away.
Yeah, when you first start initially, you come in as a trainee, at least on my side of things in maintenance. We have other facilities with other positions, but as far as maintenance goes, you start out as a maintenance trainee. You start with 6 months of probation. So basically you have 6 months in training, learning things, seeing how everything works out. Once you complete that 6 months, by then you have to have a Class A CDL. Once you get your CDL, which of course the company pays for and provides the training and stuff. And once you get your CDL, you become just a maintenance tech, maintenance tech 1. And then there's other certifications that come along with it, as flagging certifications, trench training. You've got your confined space, basically learning about the different types of soil and harmful gases that we work around. So there's all types of stuff that goes into it. But yeah, we do have like a stepping ladder pretty much of a checklist that needs to be completed in order to go up from a trainee to a tech 1 to a tech 2. There's a supervisor as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Ms. Sawyer, do you want to take it over with the drawing at this point?
Sure. Well, I'll stop the recording when I do the drawing, but I thank you all for coming and I appreciate you, Tyler, for sharing. It's really awesome that you got to share with us the actual facility and the equipment. And I love hearing that these opportunities exist for students that want to come right out of high school and then work. And then you shared so comprehensively that you had a desk job and you were like, no, that's not for me. And you pivoted, and that's huge. People need to know that that's okay. And that's perfect. And you landed a wonderful opportunity here in Bedford. So I appreciate you coming with us.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank y'all for having me.